Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mitchell's News Roundup, episode 6. Hope everyone is having a great weekend so far. It's been pretty decent for me. Done community service yesterday, that's 140 hours complete. We have 8 hours left, that's one more day next Friday. It's going to be an emotional day. It's going to be a very emotional day. So we've got a couple of stories to talk about here on the roundup, but just wanted to say well done to everyone in Wales. Well done to everyone that's been attending demonstrations up and down the country, and obviously in Wales. So well done to everyone that's at RAF Scampton as well. So big up to everyone that's getting out there. Can't wait to just get off this probation, get off this community service, and trying to stay out of trouble. But we'll go again next year. Right, so we're going to go into a couple of stories. We'll start off with young Barclay Walsh, charged with malicious communications, I believe. There's not much I can say right now. The case has been adjourned, and obviously I don't want to be getting done for contempt of court or things like that. So there's only so much I can say. I will read an article. I will not get the article up because it has got his address on that article. So I will read it shortly, but I just want to get a bit of context behind it. Just getting the article up. A little bit of context behind this. First of all, I know that I'll be probably met with, yeah, but didn't you Barclay fall out? Didn't you and Barclay have a little falling out over the PA stuff, blah, blah, blah. Look, although it's not as serious, but it's the same with Charlie, yeah? I don't care if we have a fallout. Like, if they're in trouble, I'm backing them. Do you know what I mean? If Mark Clegg is in the shit with the police, unless it's obviously something super serious, but something like this is pathetic. So, and even what Charlie's I thought was pathetic as well. But obviously, if it's really serious, like a murder or being a nonce, and they're in the shit for doing something or like actual terrorism, then of course, like we can't condone that, can we? So. Yeah, I fully the lad's a young lad, you know what I mean. So I'm not going to hold grudges against like 19-year-old, So basically, he set this. Well, no, allegedly, I don't even know if it's him. There's a troll group, yeah. It's just a troll page. It had like 20 subs. This is why it's so ridiculous. Why are you paying attention to 20 sub page going here? So basically, as you know, I've called out PA many times. I don't need to go over that. There's others that called out PA. So this troll page. There's allegedly Barclay. I don't even know if it is, and I don't care if it is. Yeah, it's irrelevant. It's a very small channel that was getting 10 to 30 views max, maybe more, because others shared it. Yeah, took offence to something they've said and gave it more advertisement, which is their own fault. I just laughed at it most of the time. So he had stuff on me, some bullshit, some truth, which I just laughed it off. Just laughed it off. But there's some things in there that I did find distasteful on the people as well, on the other people. There was a few things that should be posting up, but again, it's got nothing. It's just a little troll page. At the end of the day, anyone knows if you put your face out and you're doing content, or even if you're calling out PA or anyone, if you're calling out anyone, yeah, it doesn't even have to be PA. From that particular group or organisation, you're going to get someone come back at you, yeah. I am not deluded enough to think, okay, well, I'm going to go after PA and expect nothing back. Yeah, of course, there was going to be something hitting back and trying to take me down. Do you know what I mean? So it's water off a duck's back to me. Yeah? So there's two people, and this is the shame because this is Antifa tactics. Like I'd still be doing the article, I'd still be reading it out, still support the lad. But this is Antifa tactics. Oh, he's writing something on the internet about me. Some of it is bad, like don't get me wrong, but I still don't think it's justified by being a police rat. So I'm not going to name them, but I'll give you a little hint. So one of them, I'll say, this person is doing all this, like taking down PA to stop young people from going to jail. Yeah, I don't want to see our youth go to jail or be in trouble with the law and going down the wrong path. Well, Barclay is no longer in PA. He's no longer in PA. When I spoke to him, he's in a good place. He's starting work. He's talking about wanting a family. His head's in a good place. He's not really doing activism anymore. He's only in the shit because of this person, the one that wants to try and save youngsters from going to jail. It could be the reason why he went. I don't think he'll go to jail for this, to be honest. If he does get found guilty, I think it'll be a community service. But you know, you're putting a strain on his head. And basically, this article, right, thanks for them to getting him charged, this article now has his address. Antifa have now been posting that address. So you've literally just gave the enemy his address. His address now is all over like Antifa sites. And he's 19 years old. You know, like, I'm sure he can handle himself, but you know what I mean? We got to protect our youth. He's going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. That's a part of the learning curve of growing up. We're going to make mistakes even at the age of 34, like, you know. It's about how we learn and grow from that. At the end of the day, he's just protecting PA. His group at the time was being targeted by several of us, and he's come out fighting for Mark and Laura, whatever, and he's like, all right, well, they want to go at us, we'll go at them. And I don't mind that. I expect that. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can't take it, don't give it. Basically, that's what it says. So I just think it's a bit harsh. And the other guy, he's so it's an harassment charge, and the other guy, again, I'm just disappointed in him because I quite liked him. You know, we've had ups and downs, but this was the final straw by going to the police, and hopefully he sees sense and drops the case. I don't know if he will, but hopefully he does. But this guy harasses listed celebrities all the time on Twitter, and then celebrities he gets blocked. So these guys could actually take one of them to court themselves for the names he has called them, the harassment they've been getting, but obviously they've got a fair few thousand followers, and he's got, I don't know how many, he's got a couple of thousand or whatever he is. And they see him as irrelevant. I'll just block him, you know, even though he's calling them all these names. But they could probably have a case to take them to court, especially ones that have already been found not guilty, and he's still persisting that they are sex offenders. I'll use a good example. Dan Watton, I don't like him, yeah, he's a degenerate. And Byline Times, the far left rag, has done this big hit piece on it. It might be true, I don't know. There's not a lot of evidence on it apart from just a big write-up. And apparently there's more to it, but he's been like blackmailing people, like gay people, to have sex with each other, or, you know, getting strippers to have sex, getting pictures, getting videos, you know, some real degenerate shit. And, you know, he should be, if it's true, let it go through the courts, and if it is true, hopefully he'll be done for the blackmail and the things he's done. This guy has referred to him as a mini Epstein. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing in the articles. Say if it's all true, there's nothing in the articles to suggest that he's been taking children and having sex with them. So, you know, and this guy then is harassing these people and calling them mini Epsteins. Yet he doesn't like it when Barclay or whoever it was, whoever this troll page with just 20 subs, no reach whatsoever, targets him, runs to the police again. If you can't take it, don't give it out. So that's my opinion. Obviously, I will read the article now. You know, I can't say too much. I don't know if he's guilty or not. Obviously, what I will say, I did reach out to Barclay for. I'll read the statement first. I'll read this. I've got to be careful. I don't want to read his address. So a Norwich teenager has been banned from contacting members of a far-right group and attending all LGBTQ events. I think that's a pretty success. Not the far-right group, but he doesn't get to attend any LGBT events. That is a celebration in itself. Kai Stevens has appeared at Norwich Magistrates Court accused of 2 charges of harassment. He's also facing charges of sending communications containing indecent or offensive messages. Now, this is important because it did go around, and I had 3 people DM me. So, have you seen this about Barclay? Barclay's Kai, by the way, that's his name. It's out there now anyway, so I'm not doxing his name or anything. Have you seen this? Like, because someone had posted that... They posted that where was it? He's facing charges of sending communications containing indecent or offensive images. Now, that's what someone put out. Took out the word messages and put images. So automatically then people started presuming is he the child porn person that's posting child porn. So that was very important. That's a very big mistake to change the word messages to images. I think that person did change it to messages in the end, thankfully. But that's wrong because now some people thought he was the one in possession of child porn, because if you put images, yeah, it's most likely going to be child porn. But it was messages, let's just get that out there. Gina Mattioli for Stevens said the information was required as it may contradict the allegations. Stevens of Bullard Road was told bail conditions prevented him from contacting members of Patriotic Alternative. Quite funny because weeks later they formed a Homeland Party, so a bit of a loophole there. And attending any lesbian, gay and bisexual and transgender events. Base, get in, well done. You can't attend these Barclay anymore. Oh, what a shame. Last year, far-right group Patriotic Alternative staged a protest outside the Forum in Norwich over a planned story time. I don't even know why they're mentioning it. It's completely irrelevant to this particular case, to be honest. But I did reach out Barclay for a message. Let me just get it up. He did comment. So I did speak to Barclay, and him and his legal team are very confident about the case and that people are spreading misinformation, so to take everything with a grain of salt. So he seems very confident. Obviously can't say too much, I'm not going to release the names. Maybe some of you, some of you will already know, and some of you might be able to read between the lines on who it is. But I can't say too much, as these people are already taking a 19-year-old to court over a troll page. I'm just finishing my community service, so I have to be careful with what I'm saying, as I don't particularly want to go back on more hours doing community service. So, again, it's been adjourned to November, can't remember the date, might be 24th. So it's been, and then obviously he'll go not guilty and he'll go to a trial. So maybe I'll attend the trial and do some actual reporting on it if I'm able to, if I can get time off work, obviously. So I'll keep you up to date on that case, but hopefully it all goes good for the young lad and he can concentrate on his work and hopefully meet a lady and have a family. Right, let's go on to the next story. So on to our feature story, and of course it is the biggest story worldwide right now. It is Israel versus Palestine. I mean, like, war's never a good thing. I mean, let's take a plus out of it. It's finally there's a war going on, and it's not a brother war where it's Russia, Ukraine, or like Britain, Germany, or things like that. Finally, it's something we can take a step back and look what's going on with other ethnicities. War's never good, and it doesn't matter. Like, obviously, we don't want Jews controlling the West. We don't want Muslims invading our shores. However, we certainly don't want people to be killed, children to be killed, you know. So we have to look from a balanced perspective, you know, like innocent civilians on both sides and children are being killed by airstrikes, blah blah blah. Obviously, if I had a gun to my head and said you've got to pick a side, obviously I'll be like, I'm England first, bitch. I am England fucking first, bitch. No, we're gonna pull the trigger if you don't name one of them. So obviously we'll go with Palestinian people. You know, we're facing our own genocide here in the UK, but again, it's not our war. We're facing our own problems, so we should be concentrating and not be distracted by this. Although I don't really like the word distracted, because you can think multiple things at once, can't you, really? So, but yeah, we have to focus on our own. It was like so annoying when you're seeing like loads of fucking YouTubers, TikTokers, oh, it's such a poor, like white English people, oh, the genocide of their people, we should not be allowing this. And I agree, no people should be genocided. But what about us? Yeah, we're a minority already in a, okay, we're not getting bombed to death or anything like that. It's not to that kind of extreme yet. Yeah, although, you know, we've had a few terrorism issues over the years anyway, and probably more coming where innocent people are being killed. But we are dying a slow death in our own nation. We should always put our people first. So obviously the Gaza Strip, it's what, like 2.2 million civilians. You know, it's basically an open air prison. It is an open air prison, and like I remember, like I thought I'd done a post the other day and about all this, and my mum texted me, "Which side are you on?" I was like, "I'm England first, bitch." She was like, "Don't call me bitch." but she's like, "Oh, but did you see what Hamas did?" And I'm like, because she just watched it. It's okay, they're boomers. You know, they're boomers. I still love your mum, but you're a boomer. You don't know what's going on, what's really going on. Do you think Hamas just woke up one morning and thought, oh, we're bored, what can we do? Let's just fly into Israel and just let fire and kidnap people for no reason? Or is it, yeah, their people have been kept in an open prison for many years and been oppressed by Israel. You know, maybe they're just that pissed off with so many years of this. Their land's been stolen. They've got this little strip. That's all they've got. You know, maybe they're just wanting to fight back. after what they've done to the Palestinian people. You know, obviously, these watch GB News. I mean, I caught a couple of clips of GB News the other day on somewhere, and it's just so pro-Zionist. I mean, this is what the best part of this is. We are now seeing. I mean, of course, like Tommy Robinson, we know him. We know we've quite known a lot of them. You know, Nigel Farage, GB News. You know, we're all seeing it now. We are all seeing it. Who the true Zionist is and who the traitors are to our people. You know, so Hamas have finally been desperate enough to go in, and we obviously condemn that. Absolutely condemn what Hamas did. But what's their response? Oh, let's cut off their electric. Let's cut off their... Well, imagine if they're just breaking international laws and they openly just don't care. They're literally... The Israel president has admitted that there's no innocent civilians. You know, all these little babies in Palestine. You know, all these innocent children. Or like... Even innocent, just normal people that's not Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organisation. So is the IDF. They're both fucking terrorists. And Israel president has literally said there's no innocent civilians in Gaza. So they should just literally just saying, yeah, we should wipe them off. We have the former PM. He went on, was it the former Prime Minister went on to, was it LBC, I think? I can't remember. Or Sky News. And he's literally saying, he's literally justifying the attacks against innocent civilians in Gaza. It's an absolute farce, yeah. What I will say is about nationalism, yeah. So, I mean, the ones throwing the Zionist flags, they're probably not true nationalists. They're probably on the Sivnat side. If you're in a way to Israel, surely you're probably on the Sivnat side. I don't really know anyone that supports Israel that's actually a true nationalist. Quite a lot of us call them out, to be fair. So, but there are nationalists flying the Palestinian flag. It's like, what are you doing, man? I think it's the most treacherous thing you can fucking do is fly another country's flag. Yeah, absolute joke. It doesn't matter who it is. Yeah, you should only be flying the flag from your nation. I would accept the Union. I mean, I don't really want to be flying the Union Jack flag, to be honest. But it's always England flag for me. But I don't mind the Union Jack flag as much, but if you're Scottish, fly the Scottish flag. You don't want to be fucking flying the Palestine flag or the Israel flag. It's just a treacherous move to your people, and we've got our own problems. But yeah, the story's coming out, you know. Obviously the media's all supporting them. We have buildings covered in Israel flags, like political buildings supporting Israel. It's one of them. But the fact of hundreds of thousands attending the streets, you know, it's pretty disappointing today, actually. About 60 people turned up reportedly to London for the anti-migrant demo. Hundreds of thousands protesting for free Palestine. Like loads of white English there as well. It's an absolute joke. Rather focus on another fucking land. Yeah. Why don't you go there? All you Palestinians that's flying, protesting all across Europe right now, in Australia, I've seen it, America, you know, why don't you just go there and fight? There's that many of you, you know, like, go and help your fellow people. You know, I couldn't imagine if it was the roles reversed and we're in Gaza and nothing's happening there right now and England's under attack and we're just flying England flags, free England, and we're English. Let's go there. And you traitors as well, you white people that's there flying the free Palestine flag. Don't get me wrong, free them. You know, like, we want peace on this world, but, you know, stop. Attend our own demonstrations. We have our own fucking problems, man. You know, so, you know, again, very much fucking England first, bitch. But it is worrying times because, again, Israel destabilising the Middle East, and we're going to get more waves of migration into our lands. Well, it's happening anyway, but it's an absolute joke. I actually seen this. I'm going to get it up. Right, so this is, according to the Telegraph, foreign students, academics and workers who commit anti-Semitic acts or praise Hamas face being expelled from Britain under plans being drawn up by the Home Office. Oh, now they're going to... we can't attack the Jewish people, the holy people. If you attack them, you're getting deported. You're being expelled from Britain. But you cause terrorist attacks, rape the English children, cause mass crime against the indigenous people of our island. No, you can stay. you might get a little jail sentence or community service, but you can stay in England because you're a citizen. It would be against human rights to deport such a thing. But make an anti-Semitic claim, though, you're getting kicked out. However, we have to look at the pluses. Let's hope they keep, if they mean this, let's hope they keep pushing anti-Semitism, keep pushing that anti-Jew Zionism hate, so they are expelled, and the Jews can reverse the work they've done by bringing them here. I mean, I wonder how they feel, like these Jewish lobbies that have pushed mass migration into the Western world are now facing such anti-Semitic hatred. Yeah, but yeah, another news story. Hamas, obviously they want to remain optical. They want the world on the side. So what they thought they'd do the most logical thing and behead children. They decapitate them and do some most horrific things. They're like, right, how do we get the world on side, bitches? How do we get everyone to believe us rather than Israel? Oh, let's just kidnap babies and behead them. I mean, I'm sure these Jews just like taking the piss. Zionists must get in a room together. How do we just get more and more ridiculous? I mean, the 6 million figure, ridiculous. What could be more ridiculous? How about the roller coaster incident? How about making ourselves, that they've made us into lampshades? How about they've made us into soap? We've got a new one. Let's decapitate fucking babies. I mean, like, if it's true, obviously, it's fucking disgusting on all levels. If that is true, I very much doubt this story is true. It's just a joke, honestly. This story, I mean, if the public were told the story of why Hamas have gone and then the truth of why Hamas have reacted the way they did, obviously, again, we condemn the violence, and Israel are then bombing innocent civilians and killing children themselves, then I think a lot of the public would be so sympathetic, because, a lot of the public are just sheep and, like, I saw this thing on the telly, so it must be true. Like, why are you against Israel, Chris? Have you seen what Hamas are doing? Because you don't hear what fucking Israel do back to them and what they've done to them for many fucking years. It's their design to pull the heartstring. So, because anyone with a common sense, say if this story is true or whatever, and you're hearing, oh my God, babies are being decapitated. That land needs to be wiped out immediately. I don't care if there's anyone else in it. These people are that evil, that it needs to be just wiped off the face of earth. That's what a lot of people do. They're pulling on the heartstrings. Oh, poor babies being decapitated. Yeah, so it's just absolutely ridiculous, obviously. But alright, so what is the solution? I think, again, I think the only way we should get involved is we need to get, oh, by the way, actually, also, do you not find it suspicious on how Hamas got in there and done what they did? Do you think am I being a conspiracy theorist here? Do you think they was allowed to do this? Do you think they just let them do this so then they have the reason of finally just wiping them off? They have one of the best military systems in the world. They get, 3.8 billion a year from America. By the way, how much do England give them? I don't actually know if anyone's got that statistic. But it just seemed a bit fishy. They've got this stone, they've got all this military equipment, and they wasn't prepared for this. They seem to be prepared all the time, but this one time they wasn't. Was this sacrificing? Yeah, it's still a pretty mad number, isn't it? I can't remember. In a couple of just under 2,000 people, it was alleged that the Hamas killed. But did they sacrifice those people in order to carry out the attacks they're doing right now? That's also a question. It's very dodgy. But again, I don't think we should get involved. I hope we don't send our troops over there to fight and die for Israel yet again. But I do believe that we can play a role, and we need to get tough. We need to get tough with Israel. We won't, but if we was in power, we need to get tough with Israel and impose a settlement between Palestine and Israel. Right, guys. Leave your thoughts if you want. That's me ranting about that. So again, good luck to Barclay Walsh in his court case. We'll see what comes out in the trial. I don't know the whole ins and outs, but if it's just to do with this troll channel, it even targeted me. And I just don't care. I look at the bigger picture. I've gone after his organisation at the time. naturally someone's going to come back, whether it's him or not. It don't bother me. Water off a duck's back, and the two people that's alleged to be on our side and want the best for our people should not be taking such a young lad to court. Just a little word with him. Do you know what I mean? Give him a call, have a chat it out or something, but or do something better. Do you know what I mean? And run into the police. No time for that. And again, Israel Palestine, how is this going to end? I do obviously feel sorry for the Palestinian people and everyone, even the Jewish innocent Jewish people that's been killed in this. War's never a good thing. Violence is never a good thing. We need peace on this earth, but also we all need to be in our homeland. So we have to put England first, and we're facing our own genocide here in the UK, and we must stand up for what's going on in our own nation above all else. Hope you enjoyed the news roundup, guys. Till next time, peace out.